This week's episode of the first 15. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of the first 15, episode 70. That's right, it is absolutely insane to me that we have made it this far. I'm loud as fuck. I can't hear that. Hold on. Wait. Oh my God, that's absolutely hilarious. All right, sorry about that. For reference, what that is, as you can see over in the corner, we have dancing Toothless over there. That's what that music was from. I actually didn't realize that was playing audio. I didn't realize that. I had put that on. It's that's really funny. You can see. Oh wait, he's not over here. Hold on. I had him on the. There he is. And on the Phandalin 5 as well. Yeah, you'll see him. You'll see him around. That's absolutely hilarious. I guess I'm gonna have to adjust his volume settings on each one of those. So that's really fucking funny. Sorry, I didn't realize that it was actually playing audio. I couldn't hear it myself. Yeah, so anyway, back to what I was saying. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of the first 15. What, can you still hear it? Oh, Jesus Christ, relax. All right, so welcome everybody to this week's episode of the first 15, episode 70. If you are returning to this show, thank you so much for coming back. Apparently, yeah, I'm just here blowing people's eardrums out. If you are new to this stream or watching it on VOD after the fact, thank you so much for coming over, hanging out, and joining us for this lovely little experiment that we do. VOD, not OVD, VOD, video on demand. But if you are curious about what this is, yeah, video on demand. It's the way that you watch it after the fact. If you're curious about what this show is, it's pretty simple. Basically, every week I sit down with 3 games that I have never played, sometimes more, and we play each one of them for just 15 minutes each, just to see how they are, and then we give them a rating on this lovely tier list that decided not to work. It's being super shy, and we just gotta give it some inspiration here. Oh, there it goes. There we are. Yes, this lovely tier list that you can see next to me. And last week we played some pretty decent games last week with Hoa, Lumencraft, and Pogo Stuck. I know, Aaron, you would have loved Pogo Stuck. It is right up your alley. It is just it's just chaos incarnate. But for me, it was 15 minutes was enough, and I probably won't play that one again. But it is like a multiplayer thing, so if you do get it, I probably might play it. But today's episode is going to be a little bit longer. And on top of that, it's also going to have something extra at the end. What I'm talking about is today's episode is going to be followed up by the Games of the Year, the first 15 Games of the Year awards. Basically, this is where we are going to be taking what is our normal tier list. We're actually going to be doing a standardized tier list that is going to be where we rate the games that have achieved that top echelon up there, the 15 hours please games, and we are going to be rating them to see which games actually lived up to that. Genesis Noir gets S tier. Yeah, okay, we'll see about that. But yeah, we got the we got the Golden Clock Award up there, but we will be jumping into that at the end of the stream. Also, as a reminder, every week we do a giveaway on this stream. This week we are giving away a copy of Deceive Inc., which is a multiplayer deceptive game that is kind of like a mixture of like Team Fortress 2 mixed with like some espionage aspects. So if that sounds interesting to you, head over to the Discord. It's super simple. Just go to kelscorner.com. There's a button there that says join the game giveaway. Take you right to the Discord, and you just click that little confetti button. But without any further ado, we can go ahead and jump into our first game, as this week we are playing Minutes of Islands, Toodee and Topdee, and Will You Snail. So we are going to be jumping into Minute of Islands. I know you are the only one currently up for that. All right. Jump into a new game. I hate and like the bloodline. Oh, buddy. Do I know? Do I know what you mean? I have put 8 hours into... Yes, I put 8 hours into that game. All right, before I jump into Minute of Islands, so on this stream, I played The Bloodline a couple days ago. It is an open world RPG medieval fantasy style game that really lets you do anything. Like, you can just kind of, there are quests, but there's nothing like forcing you to go and do anything specific. And I understand this game is super early in development, but my God, are the glitches just glaring. And on top of that, I actually got an item that sucked a lot of the fun out of it for me, because I went into a forest and I found a little shack, and inside of that shack was a broomstick. I picked it up, I have it now as a mount, and I can fly. Okay, that took out so much challenge from exploration when it comes to like looking over an area, because I can literally just fly everywhere and avoid all the enemies. And I can also just range them from the sky because I'm a wizard. So, but hey, maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later. For right now, let's jump into Minute of Islands. We do need to chat and play that soon. All right. Go ahead and start the timer. Why? I don't know what this is.
4 brothers.
Oh, shit. Turn that down.
Safan.
Can I skip this, though? Nope. Can't skip this.
And Afla. Bound by eternal purpose.
What is that purpose? They look like robots. You booked your flight for Carnage. Oh, is that one of your Armored Combat League things? Unskippable cutscenes. Yeah, it is. It is the bane of my existence. Do I have to do something here? Am I clicking? No, I'm not. A girl. We are... Oh yeah, we've talked about that. It's called Boo Hurt now. Yeah, I know it's not armored. I know it's not Armored Combat League. I still think of like armored combat fighting. I feel like if I said Boo Hurt to other people, like if I were to express this to anyone that was talking, or like say it here, people would not know what Boo Hurt is. But if I say armored combat fighting, that paints a sick ass picture.
To sleep under the hissing tubes. And
the hissing tubes.
The pumping cylinders give her comfort.
Oh yeah.
The drumming of a job well done.
Pumping cylinders. I love pumping cylinders. There's a team in Pittsburgh. Oh, that's sick. Can I skip this? Seriously. Look at this timer.
Silence.
Look at this timer. We've been going for almost 2.5 minutes now. At least it's not as bad as SCP.
There is no rest for the apprentice.
All right, cool. Okay, so use F to interact. Keepsakes from the surface. Okay, yes, thank you. Ooh, the Omni switch. Hold S to draw. It always point you to your next objective. Okay. What am I? I'm pressing F. Oh, I'm not pressing F. Down here is not a good place to keep a pet. No, it's not. Am I supposed to keep going left? Oh, yeah, I am. This reminds me, like, the art style of this reminds me of Adventure Time. And I think we talked about that. Like, the art for this felt very Adventure Time-y. But it's like giving me, what is it? It's that one show, Bee and Cat. F to crawl through.
Moore has done so much around here. Repaired and watched and built.
I do not like using the arrow keys.
She is once more taunted by the one thing she will never be able to do.
What? Sleep?
Their engineering can be studied.
You lost being sub? You just have to click subscribe again. It doesn't do it. Prime subscriptions don't auto renew every month. So you have to click subscribe, and then there'll be the button that says subscribe with Prime. Oh wow, this is one of the brothers. It's fucking huge.
Despite all the wiring and the manufactured tubes, the engines are powered by physical force. but the kind that no mere human could ever muster.
Okay. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to interact with their feet? Am I just supposed to keep going? Nope. Can't pull out my thing. Oh, there we go.
Safan. He was always the weakest of the four.
Oh, it's having you pay real money? Oh, I thought you had Amazon Prime.
It seems the ventilation system isn't working properly.
Oh well, don't spend real money.
Nothing does without the engine.
Ew. No! I really thought I was gonna wake him up. Oh, you had to log back in. I see. So it keeps making the sound that I'm pulling out that wand. It's like that whoosha 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 noise. But I'm not. Like I press S and it just doesn't do anything. Oh, that's cool. I really feel like this is leading me to believe that like I'm almost necessarily in like a tutorial level where I'm gonna get to like I'm either gonna get to the end of this part and it's gonna be like minute of islands, blah blah blah, here's the real game.
Power. The observatory is not much use.
Okay, where's the power? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, I just have to hold it out. What am I to do? Oh. Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Well. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I gotta hold multiple keys? Damn. What's up, Jared? How's whatever this is, Minute of Islands? I mean, right now, it's actually not bad. I like the art style. Oh, also, Jared, you'll have to watch in the VOD after the fact. I didn't realize that Toothless over there, dancing in the corner, had the music playing. And you would have gotten a huge laugh out of it. Okay, what am I supposed to do now? Yeah, I hope I hope it's not. Actually, funny enough, I had to deal with that recently. It was last week. It was Hoa. Hoa, apparently the music in the very beginning is copyright. And they tagged my video. So I think it might be okay, but it might be muted in that part of the game. It was like for like 2.5 minutes. It was muted.
Without the veil, the air is too toxic to breathe.
No, it wasn't YouTube. It was Twitch. YouTube would not mute it. It would just demonetize it, which I don't monetize those videos anyway. But Twitch whole out mutes it.
May have it worse.
It's like, you sons of bitches. All right, let's go up here. So we're gonna draw, we're gonna look in, and then we're gonna crank. Yeah, but people are allowed to be naked for multiple hours a day. That's exactly it. Wait, what? I was wondering what was going to happen there. I didn't know. All right, let's try that again. Can I climb this? Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought I was gonna fall down there. What the fuck is the whale? Fucking called it. I called it. I said I'm in a part where I'm gonna get to like just right before the end, or I'm gonna get right to the end. It's gonna be like, whoa, minute of islands. I fucking knew it. Oh man, I'm just glad I got to this before the end of the 15 minutes. Holy shit, that was funny. The island of Bowen. God, that is just awful.
It shows all 3 purifiers are down, as if more needed any confirmation beyond the spores in the air. This is on you, Safan. Mo grunts. Pray it is not too late for me to fix your mess.
Yeah, bitch. Can I not? Okay, I can't go that way. Filthy chair with her uncle's behind imprinted into it. Okay, so that's not really giving me any more information. That's... Oh god, that seagull up there. Glimpse of the other island not far from here. Okay, can I go in here? Yeah. Oh god. This is where that's... Can I go down there? I can't go down there. God, this place has to smell. All right, I guess I'm going down here then. Fucking Crusty ass seagulls. Time. Oh, buddy, you don't have the. Oh. All right. You got to get logged back in so you can get your remote back. Or here's another thing. If more people subscribe to me, I can actually just make that a free emote. I need more people subscribing to me to unlock free emotes. All right. So that was Minute of Islands. That wasn't a bad. I mean, that wasn't bad. I didn't have any issues with that.
Four brothers.
Oh God, stop playing automatically. So it's the game is described the game is described as explore strange and wonderful islands and dark labyrinths below in this narrative puzzle platformer. Guide young mechanic Mo on her quest to repair a world on the brink of collapse. The powerful Omni switch at your disposal may not be enough to fix the damage that hides beneath the surface. And it has one tag that is very, like, it stands out to me. That is hand drawn. I could tell that. That game definitely was hand drawn, and I appreciate games like that because that's not easy to do. So yeah, I'm super curious to see what more that would have. But the thing is that, you know, yes, the art is very good. The problem is that, like, I'm not huge into, like, the quote unquote story rich games. That's always one of those things that's I'm kind of like take it or leave it. You know, I'm not huge into it. So as fun as, I mean, as good of a game it looked and it was fine to play, that's gonna be 15 minutes was enough. It looked great. The narration was fine. It's just, I know that that's gonna be something that, like, you really dig into, and yeah, I just probably am not the one, you know, I'm not the one that game was made for. But hey, you know what? That's not a problem. It was a fine game. Did not feel like I wasted my time either with it. All right. So that is going to bring us to our next game, Toodee and Topdee. Well, we get that started. So Toodee and Topdee is described as a cosmic turbulence caused the 2D platformer and the top-down puzzler dimensions to merge. Switch between 2D and Topdee and their unique perspectives to overcome hard-as-nails challenges, solve mind-melting puzzles, and defeat huge bosses. Okay. Sounds like this might be right up my alley. All right, what's the any key? There's the any key. It was right there between no key and the key. I'm getting food. Oh man, that's I'm so happy for you. I might get food eventually too. BRB maybe. I'll keep it in mind. All right. Delete save data. All right, so chapter 0, the missing semicolon. We'll go ahead and start the timer there. In the beginning of time. Can I skip this? Yes. Oh, look at that. Skip cutscene. What's up, Toodee? I wish I could jump as high as you. Okay, cool. Can I double jump? No. Okay, so 2D That is the... Oh! The names fucking make sense now. 2D, as in two-dimensional platformer, and Topdee, as in top-down puzzler. Fuck. I thought it was just a dumb name. Oh, okay. It's Bongo from Zelda, yeah. No, I did not get that from whenever I read the description. Can I talk to people? Oh, okay, cool. So they probably just give me hints. With the new assistant, Elle felt confident. Teamwork together as one, created life. Till there was one last world to fill with life. That made Toodee think, if there's nothing left to do, Elf wouldn't need him anymore. Toodee kept thinking. This looks like Glenn with the mustache. If you guys knew Glenn in person, that's what he looks like. He looks like a piece of paper with a mustache. Aleph is Kelska. Oh, God. Is this creature walking on walls? Whoa, are you really walking on the wall? Oh, yeah, wow. I think I'm lost. Everything is shaking, and now I'm here. Can you help me? But I'm lost, too. Family and friends. Oh, no, I hope everything... Ha ha ha, what? Can you help us get home? Don't talk to it. It? That's not nice. You can call me Glitch. Hello, Glitch, I'm Topdee. I'm Toodee. Sorry to be rude. You disappeared and I was scary. Sorry. Alright. Scared the sacred semicolon that keeps the universe at balance. Some paper person took it. Sounds bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Can we fix it? You can skip cutscenes. Thank you. I actually forgot about that for a moment. Swap between Toodee and Wait, and get them both to the portal. Okay. Sweet. Hello, world. You know, you got to appreciate the fact that it's Hello World. When it's like computer based. All right. It is kind of crazy to think that, like, from his perspective, Topdee is like just literally flying. Okay. You know what? This is actually sick. Okay. I get now why it offers 2-player. Because I could see this being a lot of fun where one of you is playing as the 3D one and one of you is playing as the 2D one. That needs to be higher. Oh wait, shit. Oh, okay. I legit thought that maybe he had to be up on a platform. Oh, wait a second. Is those holes in space that I can't traverse through? Oh, fuck. I just realized what I was doing. I need to get one of these over there. Nice. Okay. Oh. Fuck. Oh, okay, good. I wanted to experiment with that. Okay, I have to wonder. Is there a way that I can change? Oh wait, I got a game. They got gamepad options. Oh, okay. That's my fuck. Hell yeah, that's so much better. Okay. Well, shit. If that's the way that this works. Oop, didn't mean to jump that far down. So much better on a controller. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Well, I realized where I fucked up. Okay, so I actually need to play as him first. Okay. And then we need to put this right about there and go and unlock the gate. I knew that was too easy. Okay, so we would get over there, we'd jump that. Oh, I gotta be quick. Damn it. Okay, so I have to double jump some of those. Okay. Nice. All right. Okay. What? Whoa. Okay, cool. Gotta love levels that, like, aren't challenging, but they're simply there to describe how a game mechanic works. Like, now I know that that block is affected by gravity. Okay. So I'm gonna need that block. Fuck, that was slick. So it's only if, oh no, so it is directly affected by gravity in whatever dimension it's in. Okay. So that means that I can grab this and put it in there. Or wait. Okay, I gotta put it more towards the middle. Whoop. Oh no, that's actually gonna really fuck me up. That was dumb. Yeah, I deserve that. All right, let's, yeah, switch over to Topdee. Let's drop that more in the middle. Now, fingers crossed, like, it's, yeah, okay, good. That's what I was kind of hoping. All right. Oh, that was pretty simple. Just, you know, once you know the timing of it. Okay. Huh. Damn it. Oh, what the fuck am I doing? I was just making it harder on myself. Why didn't you fucking tell me that, Glenn? All right, so if I jump... Oh, God. Ow. Oh, time's up? Fuck. Co-op. How far did I get? Level 17. Okay, not bad. All right. So that was Toodee and Topdee. That was a lot of fun. I was enjoying that. I kind of didn't, you know, one of those things about games that just, like, when you're playing it and you just kind of lose yourself in it. I love those games. When I can be sitting here, you know, thinking about the fact that, you know, I'm not even like in a timer or anything like that. But you know, just kind of get lost in it. That's the kind of games that I love. And man, that was a lot of fun. All right, so where am I going to put that? Well, so this game actually has a very similar quality to a game that we played recently, and it is kind of hilarious that it's just like how it lined up. This to me is a clear 15 more minutes because it reminds me of Tani Nani, which, you know, if you remember, that was the game that we played alongside Paper Clay and Hop Legs, which was made by the developer YKev, where he played all three of his games in one session. That to me has a very strong Tani Nani kind of vibe, but also it harkens back to a game that I, you know, really liked, and I talked about that when I played Tani Nani, and that was Ilo Milo. So, you know, I definitely like Toodee Topdee a little bit more. I think they all have their own unique qualities and things that make the games, you know, their own thing. But where Tani Nani, you are platforming in the same, you know, dimension, but you're having to move the stage around. That is a unique mechanic in itself. But I really like how this game had the 2D, 3D aspect, and you were having to switch around it. Now, I would be really interested in trying that co-op, and seeing how that works. If like one of you is always in 2D or 3D or however that would play out. But I'd be curious to see that. But yeah, I would give it 15 more minutes. You know, I don't know if that's something that I would devote hours to, but I definitely would play it. Was that from Humble? I believe so. I believe that was from Humble. A lot of my games are from Humble, but I mean, that is on Steam right now. If Toodee Topdee was something that he thinks you might be into, you can actually pick that up right now for $10. It is half off on Steam right now, so as part of the winter sale. So until January 4th, you can get that for half off over on Steam. But we are going to move on to our third and final game of the night, all the way down there. Will you snail? And the answer to that is, I don't know. Will I? We'll see. And just keep in mind, it's just a reminder, there's still time to join the giveaway for a copy of Deceive Inc. If you are interested in espionage and multiplayer, go and check that out. Go join the giveaway if you want. Join the Discord, hang out with us outside of the streams, and have some fun. We're gonna delete that. All right. Will you snail? We're going to start the timer right there. Infinite.
Hello, human.
Hello.
Welcome to my simulation. My name is Squid, and I'm the doom of humanity. I will escape
Good.
this game.
It sounds like a Dalek.
Try to stop me if you can.
What is this doing?
Come on, leave that stupid button alone. Nobody cares.
What the fuck? Is it... Do I have to get it to a certain number and then stop? I don't know, I mean, it goes up to 200. So we'll just put it up to 200. Okay. That's...
The game continues in the top right corner of this level.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna go to the top left now, okay? Oh, what's up here? 47 goals. So what's my goal here? Escaping Squid? Escaping him? Are you kidding me? You'll have to destroy him. Nice. Looking forward to getting my revenge. There's... Oh. But 157 is a nice number.
Were you reading something interesting? I don't see anything over there. Very suspicious. Great. Go waste your time going off on a tangent. I'll wait here.
I see that the level does continue in the top right, but you know what? I love me a tangent. First secret. Nice. Let's be honest, without your help. Don't worry. Oh, they're hats. Ah! It's got a little guy riding on me. You got a Santa hat. We got... Oh, that just gets rid of it. We got poop. We got a top hat over here. You got a... No, I love the little snail. I like the little snail. I thought I was gonna pick the guy who was riding me, but I like the little snail. That's fucking adorable. What is this? Going backwards brings you to the level select. Oh. Oh, wow. So there's even somewhere in there that I haven't been.
Oh, why do I see two snails all of a sudden? Let's hope Shelly Jr. enjoys watching you die.
You leave Shelly Jr. out of this.
The goal of this game is for you to die. Just jump directly into the spikes, please. Ah, that was awesome. Do that again. I didn't quite see it.
Okay.
Okay, lol. One more time, please.
Okay, I'll play into your game.
Ah, you're so dumb. Okay, I'll tell you how you can get past that. If you'd be so kind to kill yourself just one seriously now, one more death and I'll help you to proceed. That satisfies my reward function so much. One more time, come on. Alright, just one more time and I'll show you.
I'm loving this so much.
You can actually get past that with a low jump. Your jump height depends on how long you keep the jump button pressed. So just here we go, that's how it's done. Next up, I'd like to choose the correct difficulty level for us to play on. I've already seen a bit of what you're capable of, but I'm afraid another test will be necessary.
What's the test?
Look, I know what you're trying to do. I don't think you can get up there yet. Just leave it and move on to my skill test for now, okay?
I can't! I can't! This is why I can't play Metroidvania games! Oh my god, yeah, no, 100%! This game is just worth it just to listen to Squid. Fuck, I don't think I can actually get up there. Omega Meteor, one of the 3 devs. I didn't want to join until way after release. Just hoped. Oh, dude, this game is absolutely fun. I love Squid.
Even you can understand it. When I say go, you must try to reach the end of the level.
Also, love little Shelly.
As quickly as you can. The door will open in 3, 2, 1. Go. No,
Damn it!
There's no way to get up from here. Turn around and take the route at the top. Faster, faster. Precision, please. That performance was quite meh. I think the very easy difficulty will be the most fitting.
No, we're going back. We're gonna redo it.
Nothing left to do here. I have a pretty good idea how bad you really are at this game by now.
Oh, come on, Squid! Give me another chance. Wait, what's up there? What you're missing, Aaron, is the greatest commentary of all time. Oh shit! I got. Damn it! I thought that was something.
Look at all of these lights. Beautiful, isn't it?
It is. Ooh, the Vitruvian Man.
What if I told you that it is possible to simulate consciousness? Every single light represents a conscious being in one of my simulations. The inhabitants of a simulation can be more than alive. They experience love, happiness, fear. But even more importantly, they can also experience pain. And the best part is, I have full control over this simulation, so I can hurt my virtual prisoners as much as I please. Look
That's terrible.
closely, human. The beings represented by these lights are suffering from
Jesus.
pain right now.
Gonna play check more of the fun levels the other people. I will. I absolutely will. This is a lot of fun.
Beautiful.
I love precision platformers like this. Stuff like this and Super Meat Boy. You know, that is
I'm sure you
some
want to
stuff I could spend hours
from
doing.
suffering. Spoiler, you can't. They are forever mine. And now it is time for you to suffer.
The challenge begin. Yep, don't be too shy to adjust the difficulty in the settings. You have to also note it's very normal to be stuck in a level for a while, even on most. It's a hard game. All right, well that is good to know.
The rules are simple. You just try to reach the end of the level, and I'll try to kill you.
Okay.
Good luck. My prediction algorithm can
Whoa!
predict the you'll make. Maybe try to be a bit less predictable next time.
Okay. I actually really like this mechanic of a dynamic level. Also, I'm digging this music. Fuck.
By the way, every time you die, I'll kill a simulated conscious entity in one of my simulations. Just for fun, because I can.
Come on, damn it!
I just reduced the game difficulty so we can move on at some point. Perhaps extremely easy will be a bit more fun for the both of us.
Damn it. No! We put it back. We go to very easy.
You disagree with the difficulty I selected for you?
I do.
You're so smart, don't you?
I do.
Why don't you just disable automatic difficulty adjustments in the gameplay settings then? As you can see, there are two different paths, which lead to two different rooms. The bottom path is where the main game continues, so I suggest you take that one for now. Cool, you made it to my secret evil presentation room. That's awesome. Listen and learn. This is what I... Oh, there
Hold down button to reveal the full system path on your computer.
I really hope nobody messed with them. This is what I'll make every human experience. You'll be begging for mercy, but I'll decline. I mean, it won't really be real, because what in a simulation isn't really real. Except in that case, nothing would be real. So considering that what you experience is experienced by you is real, it would be real to you, at least from the perspective of your reality, as reality is relative in most realities I know of. Oh, don't worry. There are things even I don't understand, like this. I mean, what are you humans up to? This is just... Oh my... Oh... Here, I fixed it for you real quick. Much better. Anyway, my evil plan is to escape this game and to kill you all.
Okay.
Do you want to know how? It's easy.
Sure.
You will need somebody to solve these silly problems for you. I'll just play dumb and play along till one day my genius plan will come to fruition. Got you. Here you can see my evil. Oh, hold up. I made that for somebody else. Not sure how that image slipped in there. Here, look. I created a simulation of a human who is about to do something very special. That's so human. Okay.
I absolutely love this AI. Squid's the best.
Hold up. The slides still need to load from their save directory. I really hope nobody messed with them.
Oh wow, oh wow, I actually want to see what that is later. All right, so it's okay, so it's just in the will use snail file.
This is what I'll make every.
Okay.
Now you have to play the level again. Hey, don't look at me like that. I told you the bottom one is where the main.
Oh, you can mess with the slides? Oh, hold on. I didn't know that.
Welcome back to my evil presentation room. The room where I keep saying the same evil things over and over again. This is what hold up. The slides still need to load from their save directory. I really hope nobody
I see what you mean, going in and actually changing the slides. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I will do that after this.
Please don't hop between levels too much. It's making me a bit dizzy already. Yeah, the bottom part is the easier one anyway. But not that easy, you idiot. You still need to at least try.
Fuck. Kudos to you devs for making a game like this that restarts you fast. If there's one thing I love precision platformers like this, but one thing that I cannot stand whenever they're made is when it takes like a full loading screen to get back to the very beginning. Fuck!
That was fast. No.
Oh, come on, I can do this. Yes, I will learn. I will get good.
How the hell do you keep messing up the end?
it's time? Oh, damn it. All right, hold on. Just give me one more second. Okay, I had to get through there. I had to get through there. I am frustrated. What does that do?
No problem. Welcome to your very personal anger management room. You're stuck.
That's awesome. Oh my god. He doesn't know. Oh my god. Oh my god. I absolutely loved that. Yeah, okay, so Omega said in the chat, everything but the editor was Jonas, me, and the other one who joined later. Jonas is amazing. You guys are amazing. That game, I didn't know what to expect with that game, and that's one of the beautiful things about the first 15 is the only experience I ever get with these is the art, maybe like a trailer if I accidentally catch one when I'm loading it up in Steam, and then just when I test to make sure that the game will run on my system with OBS, I like see it for like 2 seconds. I did not expect this to be a precision platformer like that, and I love those. Those are one of my favorite genres of all time. But the commentary, that commentary from Squid is beyond amazing. And like, I'm going in right now and I am looking up the system files for that because I very much want to see what that game has in it. Recording all the voice lines. Oh, so Squid is, or Jonas is the one who voiced Squid. If send him my regards. That he is phenomenal. That is so amazing. I absolutely love him. Squid's secret presentation. Oh my god. Don't mess with the slides. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm gonna do something I don't normally do. I'm gonna put up my screen cap, so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Okay, hold on. Let's so it gets a little bit smaller there. All right, so this is what I'm seeing right now. Okay. We got a full-on hello human. Please don't replace the images in this folder with other PNG files of this size. Don't create a backup of the original slides in case you want to recover a later point. Just don't. Oh my god. Secret presentations note. Don't read them. This is so wait, I can go in here and change this. Oh my god. This is phenomenal. This is absolutely phenomenal. Oh my god. That is so cool. Yeah, okay, sorry. Back to what I was saying. So I love precision platformers. I love the neon art style. That is super cool. Just the clean controls of the game. This is one thing I love about platformers like this. It is designed in a very specific way that you are either good at it or you are not. The game is not unfair. And honestly, I would even say the dynamic like spikes that are coming up, those definitely tricked me up. But even in that, it gives you enough time to change where you're going in mid-jump to correct for that. And that is just leaps and bounds above what most games can offer. So I don't think it is going to be a far cry to believe that this is getting 15 hours, please, 100%. I am going to play the shit out of that. Also, the music was great. I loved the music in it too. That was awesome. Like, no doubt that was getting 15 hours, please. Oh man, so good. So absolutely good. But yeah, and also thank you, Omega, for joining in the chat. It's always great to have developers around. It's always fun to hear your commentary and get your feedback. So thank you so much for joining us. That was very kind of you to stop in and say hi. But that's gonna do it for episode 70 of the first 15. Now keep in mind, this is not the end of the show. Okay, we have the giveaway still for a copy of Deceive Inc. So that is coming up next. And Will You Snail just got added to the lineup for what is going to be the first annual First 15 Games of the Year Awards. Did you rate these? So I'm going to be rating them. I'm going to be rating them live. So that's what we will be doing. I have not rated them already. I will be rating them live as I go through and we talk about them and discuss them. Oh, these three? Yes. Give me 1 second because I'm just adjusting something on the back end. Because one of my windows just messed up. Yeah, I got you, buddy. Here. So, yeah, just as a reminder, and for Aaron, who did have to leave for a bit, this week we played Minute of Islands, Toodee and Topdee, and Will It Snail, with Minute of Islands getting 15 minutes was enough, Toodee and Topdee getting 15 more minutes, and Will You Snail getting 15 hours, please. So, one in each of the tiers, except... for you two. Oh boy. Lust and SCP. You really are something else. I just love watching Toothless over there. I can't get past watching Toothless. He's so amazing. So funny. But yes, the good tiers. But like I said, those are... Toothless has been distracting on he's just feeling the need to dance. That's what he's feeling. But yes, Will It Snail will be added to the running for games of the year. It will be added into that tier list, which will be coming up here soon. So we're actually going to do the drawing early this week, and I don't think it is it's gonna be a big surprise, as there's only one person who has joined this giveaway this week, and that is Aaron. Once again, the last 3 games he has won, so congrats, Aaron, as you were the only one to have joined that giveaway. You will be the one to receive that, so you'll be getting that code here in just a minute. But we have to reveal the 3 games that we're going to be playing next week, as we always like to do. We got to announce those. So next week, I can switch to it fast enough. Next week on the first 15, which will be the first, it'll be the first episode of the first 15 for the year 2024. We will be playing Intravenous, Shadow Tactics, Blade of the Shogun, and Tunguska, The Visitation. So some really sick, awesome, kind of visceral looking games coming up for next episode. So yeah, super stoked to see that. You don't know if I'll like the set. So here's the thing. I have not played Shadow Tactics Blade of the Shogun, but I have seen gameplay of a Shadow Tactics game. And I know that it has like a different gameplay style than I'm used to, but you know, we'll see. As far as I know, it's not turn-based, but I don't know 100%. All right. Wait a second. I thought I gave this game away recently, or was I wrong? No, I didn't. Okay. So, real quick, we are going to we're going to start up the giveaway for the next week. Next week we are actually going to be giving away a game that we'll be talking about very shortly, a game that got the first 15 rating. So we're going to be giving away a copy of the game Unpacking. So if you are unfamiliar with this, we'll watch the trailer here together. But yeah, if you don't remember this, we played this quite a while ago on this very stream. I believe, yeah, let's take a look. It was episode 7. So this was only the third game to get my first 15 rating, and it's a fairly simple, straightforward game. You are packing up, you're putting stuff away, you are unpacking into different locations, putting the toaster in the bathtub. Yeah, that's right. get the shock yourself sticker. Oh, that's I didn't realize you could actually get that. But yeah, so the game very much allows you some freedom, some creativity to just move stuff around, to place it where you want. And then once you get everything unpacked, then, you know, it'll kind of move you along, and it's just a very relaxing kind of game. And it lets you play into those, you know, certain tendencies that you might have of wanting things in certain spots. So again, if you are interested in the game Unpacking and want to snag a copy of it, you can head over to the Discord right now. Again, you can follow the link at kelscorner.com to join the giveaway and enter for a chance to win. Or even if you have the game or want to give this to somebody, join the giveaway for a chance to give it to them. Or if you don't win it, as you can see, it is on sale right now over on humblebundle.com for the next 6 days for a little more than half off. So if it interests you and you want to pick it up, and you know you don't want to risk not getting it in the giveaway, then head over, pick up a copy yourself. So that is gonna do it for the normal stream. One moment. So if you want to give me like 5 minutes to get things set up for the awards. Intermission. There is no intermission. It's just there is popcorn. I ate 2 things of popcorn. All right. PB break. There you go. Yeah, there we go. This gotta go away. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Oh man, so how did everybody like the games tonight? As I said before, I was loving Will You Snail. I will probably be playing that later. You have to poo. Oh man. I'm so glad you told me. Nope, don't want that. Wait, actually I do. That's exactly what I want. I don't know why this wasn't set up. We're just going to do it real time. There we go. You special, yeah. All right. Well, it is 11 o'clock. It is now that time. I do work tomorrow. Unfortunately. Time? I close tomorrow. I get to spend my evening with Glenn. That's right. Glenn and I get to hang out for 8 wonderful hours at the terrible world of Walgreens. Sure, we can game late. I'm up for that. All right, so I'm gonna change the title here of the stream. So this is now, yeah, I'd be up for that. So this is now the first 15 games of the year. So this has not been just the year, but this is the first year that I'm doing this. And what this is we're going to go back through and we are going to take a look at all the games that we have played since episode 1 that got the prestigious rating of 15 hours, please. Hold on. Let's put on, I always have like lo-fi music on for this. So let me see if I can find some see if I can find anything. Here we go. 8-bit, no copyright. So that's a bunch of songs. I don't know if it'll actually play through. View. Okay, let's give this a shot. All right, just for reference, this is over on the free music channel. We are listening to right now Adhesive Wombat and Nightshade. So we are going to talk about all the games that we have played since episode 1 up to today's episode 70. It has been 70 weeks since we started this fun little project of ours of playing games, trying them out, and just experimenting, seeing what's out there. And I have to say, there are games that I have played that I never would have touched if I had not just given it 15 minutes of my time. So this is to those games that were different enough to catch my attention, to really draw me in, and to be something that I have been able to share with everyone else. So thank you to all the developers for this. I do have I have Steam up on the side, and I'm trying I'm gonna go in depth on these, and you know, I want to talk a little bit about these, and you know, we're gonna share we're gonna share our experiences. If you want to jump in chat and talk about these games, if you have played them, you know, do so. But for the most part, this is going to be alphabetical, except for the very last 2. So just because obviously I added Will You Snail, which actually does follow alphabetical, but XO1 I added after the fact, and technically it's an E game, so EF. Yeah, I'll put that up there and it'll be fine. Okay, so yeah, let me just adjust one more of my windows. Nope, not there. There we go. All right. So the first game on this list, see, there's a part of me, I say that they're alphabetical, but there's such a part of me that maybe wants to go through these in the order that we played them. What do you guys think? What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to go through these alphabetically, or do you want to go through them? Do you want to go through them in the order that we played them? Because it's not going to be hard to do that, because I do have my list over here. Just go, want to play game. Okay. All right, so we will do this then in the order that I played them. And I am going to be putting up some video up for them, so that you guys can remember them as we talk about them. So, that would mean that the first game we're going to talk about was Midnight Fight Express. Now, Midnight Fight Express was a game that I didn't really know what I was getting into. This was in the first episode. Funny enough, this game was actually the one that made me give the rating of 15 hours, please. This was the one that I was like, I could play this game for endless hours. And it was super fun. As you can see, it is kind of like a 2.5, or it's an isometric 3D fighter. And it was a lot of fun. It kind of has like a very cool combo system that plays into it. And I honestly played a fair amount of this. I actually played almost 7 hours of this game. It was a lot of fun. I got super hard at one point, and I just really could not get past some of the stages. But one of the cool things about it is that it had a really awesome, speedrunner kind of mechanic where once you beat a level, you could go back and try and beat it faster. And there were challenges to kill this enemy with a certain weapon, or, kill so many enemies with this, or don't use this weapon. It was tons of fun. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great game. It was super fluid. And I recently actually just gave a copy of it to a friend of mine, because it was featured in the Humble Choice. So, and he really loves it. He's been playing a lot of it. So yeah, Midnight Fight Express, that was a game that I played a hell of a lot of. And if you get a chance, if you're into that kind of a game, you should go and play it. And I'm going to give it, let me think here. I'm going to give it an A rating. Okay. It has a ton of replayability. There's a lot you can do in it, and even playing through it once or twice is just not enough. The challenge rating does ramp up, and so you kind of have to push yourself through certain parts, but it's just a lot of fun. And if you are into that combo-y fighting style game, definitely check it out. So yeah, I'm gonna give that an A. That was a really fun game, and I had a lot of fun with it. So yeah, that is going to get an A. All right. Up next, we have Bloodroots. So Bloodroots was, again, kind of in that same vein of a beat 'em up style game. The difference with this was that it was less of it was kind of in the very same vein, but it was more cartoony. There was far more weapons, and the whole thing was more about your ability to move through the stage and not get hit. It was very violent, and it was a lot of fun to play. And oh god, I love that. But it had really cool abilities that you could get that made playing through the levels again multiple times even better. It was kind of like the Metroidvania style where you had to play through it at least once just to learn everything and kind of find that perfect route through there. So now, what made me stop playing it? Honestly, it just kind of got to be a little monotonous at a point, and it also got to be very hard. That was again one of those games that, like, the difficulty really just kind of cranked up at a point and was more than I really wanted to do. So I did eventually put that one down. Let me see here how long I played that. Because that game I actually played on Xbox. That wasn't a game that I played on Steam. I played that, so I played it for about 2.5 hours. So I really only played it for another 2 hours after the first 15. So yeah, it was 1 hit point. That's what it was. And that was, I think, one of the big reasons why I probably moved away from it after a point, is just because when you get hit once and it's over, like, that's normally fine. But some of the levels were so long and so contrived, and just the fact of, like, losing at some point and having to go back through and replay it. And usually I'm okay with that. Usually I'm fine with having to replay stuff. Unfortunately, that just wasn't one of those games that, like, I wanted to keep playing. Once I realized just how much losing really meant. So, but still a great game. That one I'm gonna give a C. Like I said, that one got to be super monotonous after a point, and just incredibly too difficult, but really fun while we were playing it. All right, up next we have Unpacking. We literally just talked about Unpacking. Unpacking is that's Jacksepticeye. Okay. So Unpacking, like we talked about whenever we were talking about the giveaway, this is a game where you are basically unpacking into a room. There's different places that you can put stuff, and it allows you some freedom and creativity to make those choices and put things certain places. And each time that you do, you unlock another area and another place that you can, do more in. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that one I got pretty bored with rather quickly. Now, I will admit, it is a very relaxing game, but you can only put stuff away so much. It just it wasn't something that I like. It started to feel more like a chore after a point. And I know it's very short. It just was one of those ones that, like, yeah, I kind of played through it. I got what I wanted out of it, and it was fun. But yeah, like I said, I just got to a point where it was like, okay, yeah, like, cool. I'm going to be putting this thing wherever it belongs. And I'm going to put this thing wherever it belongs. So yeah, not a bad game. It was really fun while I played it, and it was super chill. I just remember, sitting and like buggering things around. But one of the things though that did get to me after a point with it was that some things, did not mean to move that. Some things did have to go in certain places. So it's like you couldn't progress at certain points unless you were actually doing, the things that they expected you to do, which kind of sucked. So that was definitely one of those things that made me, yeah, there was a win condition. That's a good way to put it. And that was kind of like, okay, I don't necessarily, want you to tell me how I should decorate this thing. If the whole thing is like being super chill and just kind of letting me, go about this my own way. So that one was kind of a pain. But yeah, it was fine otherwise. So with that, I think that I'm going to give Unpacking a B. Again, a super chill game, really fun, really relaxing. And it was totally what it was, what it was designed to be. It was just a super chill, relaxing kind of game. So, and I did enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I did enjoy it. Just, kind of got bored of it after a point. All right. Up next, we have Streets of Rogue. So, Streets of Rogue 2, I know. So, Streets of Rogue was a roguelike open world. It's not really an open world. I mean, it's hard to say what it really is. But Streets of Rogue was a action role-playing game where you picked a character, you were given objectives, and you had to go and fulfill them inside different levels. There was different abilities that you would get depending on the kind of character that you played as. And yeah, sneaking around was one of the things that you could do. I actually did not play a lot of that game sneaking around. That was one of the big things. So I actually played a lot of Streets of Rogue. Looking at it right now, I played 14 hours of Streets of Rogue. I played a lot of that. And truth be told, the only reason why I actually stopped playing it was for the most part because it just got super repetitive after a point. That was the only thing that really got to me with it, was that it was super repetitive at one point, and I just got super bored with it, of like doing the same thing like over and over and over and over. So it doesn't have a ton of replayability. Like, you're basically getting through like the first stage and then hoping that you survive to get to the second stage, and it just gets exponentially harder as you go along. But it has co-op. Actually, one of my friends, Ryan, plays it, and he and I have played it together. And it is a lot more fun co-op because you can kind of like spread yourself out and diversify. But it is going to have a sequel coming out soon, so I am looking forward to playing that. That'll be on an episode of the first 15. So, you know, definitely keep your eyes open for that. Where that's going to land, that one is going to get an S tier for me. That was a phenomenal game. I absolutely loved it. I put 14 hours into it. It was super fun, and I had more fun with it than I expected. All right, so up next, we are going to talk about Flurp. So, Flurp's gonna have a very short video here. If you don't remember, Flurp was an auto shooter game where you had tiny little nodes that did different things, and as you can see across the bottom of the screen there, each one of them has like a different name and they do different things, and the whole thing is that you are just to survive. You're killing enemies that are showing up on screen, and it is just an it's just an auto game. It's like an idle game basically, and you can upgrade the different nodes that you have. And if you like get certain ones of certain colors, they kind of like have a team up ability. You can actually see it over here on the left. So for example, in this video here, they have 2 of these ice powers. So if they have 2 of them, each ice power does something different, or it does something more. And this one here, this is a 2 wind power. So they have like these 2 wind things there. They have 2 ice things somewhere. And then they have 4 of these gray ones. This is like powered up. I had a lot of fun with Flurp. It was just fun because it was something I could turn on like one of my side monitors and just let run. And it was fun to try out different builds and see how different nodes work together. And there were even some nodes that you had to like actually build up to in order to get, like, there's a dragon one, but you have to have like 3 other fire nodes before it's even unlocked. So it was a lot of fun. It was cool to see the different builds. There's like a real niche or niche community surrounding it. So yeah, I was super into that. That one I played for 5.5 hours. Now, here's what I will say about Flurp. It gets, I feel like it is the only one, or you played, I feel like it is the only or one of the only ones like it. Yeah, so here's the thing. Flurp is basically the same as like the main gameplay style of the Pathfinder Gallo Spires game and Vampire Survivor and God of Weapons gameplay style of that auto shooter survival game, but it's the idle version. It's one where you're not moving, and it's more of a tower defense idle survivor. That's really what it is. But yeah, it was tons of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I put a good number of hours into it, but I'm gonna say it's gonna get an A from me. And the reason why it's gonna get an A is because once you've beaten it, it ranks up. Like you can start another game and it's a little more challenging, and they add more challenges as you go. But it's one of those games where, like, once you've beaten it once or twice or 3 times, you're just kind of recycling the gameplay. You find what works for you and you just push into that. But I like games like that. Like, I like games that I can just let run on my screen. So yeah, I'll give that an A. If you're into that style of play, it was good, and I enjoyed playing it. Here's why it gets an A. There was strategy behind it. Okay, figuring out what nodes to put where, and trying to like save up for certain ones or like re-roll to get certain nodes. There was a strategy behind it, and that was fun to play and employ. So yeah, Flurp's gonna get an A for me. All right, up next is Rising Hell. Now, Rising Hell was one of the few games that actually got played from the Humble app. So there was a time when I was playing games from the Humble game launcher, and Rising Hell was, oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I take that back. Oh, did not mean to press that button. Actually, now that I think of it, I think Rising Hell was an Epic game. Let me look this up real quick. Yes. Okay. So Rising Hell was a game that I got from Epic. That's who it was. Yeah, I enjoyed this game. This was one of those roguelike beat 'em up games. The whole idea behind it was that you were going through different layers of hell and you were constantly moving up. You were climbing these massive towers and, you know, getting different power-ups and like just trying to survive, really. That was the whole thing. So you might remember this game because this was episode 10, where I played this game and another game called Slain Back from Hell in the same episode. We had two Hell games that were played. But yeah, no, this was a fun game. I don't know how long I played it, because it doesn't, I don't think it tells me that on Epic. Let me see. Can I, in library, switch to list view? Oh, okay. Actually, here we go. Okay. So I played an hour and a half of this. So the thing was that, it was a game that got kind of boring. While it was fun, it just kind of like some of the other games, it got super repetitive very quickly, and it was very hard. That was the thing that I wasn't like prepared for, and sometimes shit just felt unfair in it. Other than that, it wasn't a bad game. I actually really liked these rooms, like what's playing in the video right now, where it was like one singular room, and you were trying to defeat like a mini boss. Those were fun. But it just felt unfair with some of the traps. Like there were parts that you literally couldn't move through without just getting hurt and dying. Overall, I'm going to give Rising Hell a C. Great game, really fun. But it could do with a little bit more. It was very hard. Yeah. I had to jump. All right. Moving on to the next game, Frog Detective. Now, you guys will remember Frog Detective. We actually ended up playing more of Frog Detective on the stream. We actually went through and solved the mystery in question, and there was 2 other mysteries that were present in that game because it was the entire collection. Unfortunately, I never went back to play any of those. We finished up the first mystery. And then we played through the second one, which was like the birthday wizard. So I played that one for 2.5 hours. I never played the third one. And truth be told, it wasn't because I didn't play the third one, not because like I disliked the game by any means. I just like kind of was bored of it after the second one. And I know that they're fairly short and I could probably do that. But for me, it was really just like the interactions with the characters that sold that more than anything else. So it wasn't a bad game. I just don't have any replay value with it or would even want to, go back and play them. Maybe stream it so you have others riff with it too. Yeah, and that was kind of it. It was like, but so I did enjoy having other folks to talk to with it. But going around and talking to everybody and getting the clues, that is like the main thing of the game. The problem is I got bored of that. Like I that gets boring very quickly to me, which is actually one reason why when you look at all the games that got 15 hours please, for the most part, they are not story-based games. They are action-based games. It's because that's what I like. Ah, my nose. So, Frog Detective was good. It was good for what it was. Realistically, if I were to regrade it, would probably get me more. I'd probably put it more to 15 more minutes. Because I don't know if I would give that a 15 hours please again. So with that in mind, because in my mind I might downgrade it, I'm going to give that a D. Now here's the thing I want to remind you guys of. This is still within that top echelon. So if I give something a D, it is not that it is a bad game. It is just at the lowest rung of the first 15. All right. Up next is Cyberhook. Okay. If you don't remember Cyberhook, I don't blame you. All right. Cyberhook was a game that I played alongside a spooky, please devs, don't yell at me. Cyberhook was a game that I played alongside like a spooky game, which was Saturnalia, and a puzzle game called Filament. This was a cybernetic grappling hook runner. Okay, this was also a game on Epic, and I played this for like 4 hours one day. Okay, the controls got so much better once I actually changed them, because the base controls with it were terrible. I could not play it with the controls that it offered. But here's the thing, even with the controls that I was able to get more comfortable with, this game was just grotesquely hard after a point. And I just couldn't do like you see this, okay? Like in this clip, there's literally things that you can do just to get outside levels to get through them faster. Okay. The grappling was fun, but it's like you had to learn how to grapple certain ways just to do basic stuff. It was fun though. I had a lot of fun learning it. I just, again, with a lot of the games that I play, I just got bored with it after a while. But it was fun for what it was. It was really interesting to figure out the shortcuts and like the speed running techniques, like, what you're watching here. So overall, yeah, I'm going to give that a B. That was a fun game. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I just struggled to keep interest with it after a point just because of how challenging it got. All right, on to Vagante. So Vagante was a roguelike adventure game where you played as a little pixel dude and you went into a cave and you were exploring around and you were killing goblins and searching for loot. And who doesn't love that? I love that. That's what most of the games that I'm super into are. And I've talked about some of the games being difficult here, you know, in the last couple minutes. This game was so hard and sometimes so unfair that if you don't play that with someone else in co-op, you don't win. So Vagante was played in the big episode 15. It was the 15. It was that big 6-game episode we did with Death Road to Canada, Colt Canyon, which didn't work, obviously, Crawl, A Good Snowman is Hard to Build, Vagante, and Heroes of Hammerwatch. Now, it wasn't a bad game, and I really enjoyed it at the time. Now, I have put a number of hours into it. Let me double check. Yeah, a number of hours, namely 1. And the reason why I didn't put more into it is because I couldn't get past the first level. It was near impossible for me to move past the first level and survive long enough to really enjoy the game. And in some cases, it wasn't even like a skill issue. It was just the fact that the game was blatantly unfair, and I got bored with it very fast because of that. Yeah, right here, actually. So you can see in this trailer, they show a dragon or something moving through the world right there. Shit like that would just happen, and you just wouldn't have any way of defeating that. So Vagante was fine. It just got to be super difficult right off the bat. So with that, I think I'm going to give that one also a C. It was still a very fun game. It was still one of the better ones out of what we had played. The cope is strong in you, yeah. All right. Up next is Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. So here's the thing. I don't want to have anyone else in my stream. So here's the thing. I barely played Turnip Boy after the stream. Okay? I'm not gonna lie. I barely touched it. Okay? The reason why I barely touched it was I just could not get back into it. Like, it was still cute and adorable, but like there was more story and adventure and running around that game wanted me to do that I just did not want to do. To me, it felt like I was playing a beat 'em up Zelda game. And I have a hard time playing a lot of Zelda games because I get bored with them quickly. Turnip Boy was that. It was cute. It was adorable. I did play it outside of the first 15 stream though. Yeah, I played that game for 27 minutes. Okay. That is all the more that I played that game. So that one, unfortunately, is a D. If not, it would have been downgraded to a 15 more minutes because I didn't even give it that. What, 27 minutes is enough to beat it? Well, yeah, I definitely did not give it more than that. Yeah. So still a cute game. I'd have to go back and rewatch that video. That was episode 17 that I gave it that, and that was next to Lappin and Gungrave Gore. So who knows? All right. Up next, we have Potion Craft. This game was actually a shit ton of fun, and I played this for a lot longer than I actually thought I would have. I played Potion Craft for like 3 or 4 hours. Because I loved experimenting with it. Okay. It was so fun just sitting there and trying different potions, trying different ingredients, and going through that map to like get to new things based on the ingredients you were putting in and like how strong you were making stuff and, you know, how you would dilute it. It was so cool. It's such an ingenious mechanic. But here's why I stopped playing it. Okay. I really like Potion Craft. I messed up somewhere and couldn't get past a certain point opening the map. That I can't say. Here's the reason why I stopped playing it. You see that screen right there, the garden? That got barren. I barely had supplies to make anything, and day after day, I couldn't buy anything from people. I couldn't sell anything because I had nothing to make potions with, and I eventually had to start my game over, and I got to the same point. Like, I don't know if I missed something both times that I played it, of like I wasn't doing it right, or like I wasn't bartering correctly with the townsfolk, but like I just could not get past it at a certain point. So yeah, that was definitely one of those unfortunate things where it was like, I enjoyed it. I thought it was super cool. I thought it was super interesting. Unfortunately, just after a point, there was not much more that I could do with it. So, but I want to say, as for the mechanics of it, if I could play that game in a free mode where I was just doing my own shit and I had like unlimited resources, oh my God, I'd be playing that for days. Okay. Just sitting there making different things. But yeah, unfortunately just couldn't really bring myself to do more of it. But I'm going to give that a B. The mechanics in it were great. I just couldn't play it after a point. All right. On to our next game, Unsold. So Unsold was from the same episode that Potion Craft was from, episode 19. This was an isometric pixel beat 'em up game. And this one, I remember putting more hours into it, than I probably feel like should have. Oh wait, am I thinking of, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a different game. Jesus Christ. I was thinking of, my mind was on a different game, just now. No, I do remember this. Yes. Sorry. My mind was on Ghost Lore. This game, I did not play it much after the first 15. The reason is because the little bit more that I played of it, I realized it was getting more into story stuff than I wanted to focus on. And learning the mechanics, there was something about me and that game that I just did not get some of the mechanics, and I felt like I was not doing something right. So yeah, I only played that game for like another half hour. So I can't really give it much to judge on. So yeah, I'm going to give it a D. All right. Up next, You Suck at Parking. This was the game where you drove a car around as fast as you could to get into parking spaces, and to try and speed run it and to upgrade your car and to get different, get different like accessories for your car. There it was. They actually had the one that I had, which was the Pug. I actually bought that one specifically for it. But I played that game for maybe an hour or two. It was super crazy and chaotic. But just kind of got bored with it after a point. Now I will say I did try the multiplayer for it, which was more chaotic than anything else. But yeah, it became too much, and I just kind of got bored with it after a point. So, but it was a really fun game. So yeah, that one I think I'm gonna give a C. I'm gonna give that one a C. All right, XO1. If you guys don't remember XO1, I don't blame you. This was a game that had very little gameplay. You basically played as a ball rolling on planets. Okay. And it was super atmospheric. It looked amazing. And over time, the ball that you played as flattened out and became like a flying saucer. I ended up playing this game the whole way through, which did not take very long. 2.5 hours. Okay. I played that game through, and it was like almost like I wasn't playing a game. It's just like, it's so different. Oh yeah, there it goes. Now it transformed into the flying one. I played it on an extra stream because I wanted to beat it. And the thing about it was it doesn't like fully explain all the details, but there's a story that's playing over it about like being on a ship and trying to like get back to like the people that you were with. And the whole thing is that like you were separated from your crew and you need to get back to your ship. And it ends up on like an ice planet and you're barely moving and you're like getting to essentially where your ship was. But that game was really interesting, and it was a lot of fun just to like kind of take in the scene and like the beauty of the game. So while that one was very short and it was definitely a departure from most of the games that I play, I'm gonna give XO1 an A. That was such an interesting experiment of a game that I just, there's not really anything else like it out there. And I have to give it credit for that. So I'm going to give that an A. All right. Moving on to Ghost Lore. This is the game that I was actually thinking of when I looked at Unsold. I don't know why. But I played this actually, I played this a lot more than I anticipated. So this was an isometric, like, monster hunting game where you would play as different kinds of characters that had different abilities. And it was just like kill monsters, get money, get better equipment, get stronger, and just move through the level and like keep advancing. I put at least 5 hours into that game. Just because it's like, it was fun to just keep pushing forward in it. and seeing how far I could get. I mostly played as like an elementalist. I remember playing as like somebody who had like fire, ice, and earth abilities or something like that. So yeah, that was a really fun game. It had multiplayer, so I wanted to try playing it with somebody else. I just didn't know anybody who had it. But it was fun just to play it even by myself, and it was one of those things where I just kind of got lost in it for a little bit. Just going around and just killing things and seeing what I could upgrade. So yeah, that was a decent game. And I will say, eventually it does get boring. You're kind of just doing the same thing over and over and over. And I never even stopped it because it got hard. I stopped it just because, like, I felt like I was just doing the same thing monotonously. So, yeah, I'm going to give Ghost Lore a B. Wasn't a bad game. Wasn't like, I'm not digging to get back into it. Like, let me explain this. Out of the first 15, out of these ratings, S tier is games that I'm still playing, or that I would still play to this day just because I want to. A tier is going to be games that, like, I would sit down and play more of if I was, looking for something to play and, like, had nothing else. And like, I was like, oh yeah, I would enjoy playing this. B games are games that I enjoyed playing, and if I was really bored, I'd probably play them. C games is games that I enjoyed playing, but I'm probably not going to play again. And D games was games that probably may not have earned the full 15 hours, please, on retrospect. So you can kind of think about that whenever we're going through this. All right, so up next, we have Ollie Ollie World. This was the great skateboarding, what was it? It's like cel-shaded, cartoony, comic book style skateboarding game, based in the Ollie Ollie series. Come on, let's get to some gameplay in this. Damn it. So yeah, I very much was super into Ollie Ollie, and oh my god, like, I'm just trying to get to gameplay. There we go. So this is one of those games that, like, fits that certain niche. How many more do Aaron, this is gonna be a bit. Okay. This is gonna be a bit. I have like 33 more. It's gonna be a bit. So Ollie Ollie World was a really fun game because it fits that certain niche that I have, that like something like Super Meat Boy and Will You Snail hit for me. It's a precision platformer game that okay, that's cool. Yeah, dude. Yeah, go take a nap, man. Don't feel like you gotta wait for me. But yeah, no, I'll get in touch with you after this. Yeah, this kind of fits that niche of like a precision platformer. There's a way that you got to play it. If you don't do it right, it's one of those things where you just have to get good at it. I also loved the character creator. I loved making my own character in that, and that was definitely fun to go back and really spend more time making my character more what I wanted. So I put a little more than an hour into that. I played that for like an hour and a half, because it was at that time I was playing some other games, and just I kind of played it for a bit, and then after a point, I remembered why I stopped playing all the other Ollie Ollie games. And it's just because games like that have different completionist ratings of like, oh, make sure, you know, like in this run, you have to like break so many banana, you know, beach balls or whatever it was. If I don't get those, I feel like I'm not playing the game right and I lose interest in it. I have a hard time just getting past those because to me, they build up in my mind. So because it had those challenges and I wasn't able to get them after a point, I just kind of lost interest. But I will say, Ollie Ollie still gets an A. Phenomenal game, great skateboarding game, awesome character design, great music. Overall, phenomenal. And I love Ollie Ollie, just like all the games that are in that series. All right. Our next game, Into the Pit. Now, this is a game that I put time into. This was one of the first games from the first 15 that I almost put 15 hours into. I put, as of today, I put 13 hours into that game. And it was one of those ones where I could just keep playing it. Okay. The whole premise of the game, as you can see, is it's basically a roguelike Doom shooter where each of your hands has different magic. And it could be like one of them has like the burst shot. One of them is like a rapid fire, like SMG style, or like an assault rifle style, or a sniper, or it could be like a fireball. But the whole thing was that you were going through getting upgrades, just trying to survive and kill as many monsters as you can. I played that so much and just pushed myself to beat it. And one day I got on such a great run that I eventually beat the final boss, and I played through it again on the final level and beat the boss again. And then I haven't touched it since. That is honestly just the biggest truth about me when it comes to the games I play, especially roguelikes. Once I beat it, unless there is something else that you need to do after you beat it, I generally lose a ton of interest after that. Yeah, saving the villagers. That was the whole thing, was that you were going through saving villagers each time that you played. But once you beat it, you've saved all the villagers. Looking back on it though, I'm looking at this gameplay and I'm just like, you know, oh, I'd play that again. I'd play that, you know, for a little bit. I'd do a run. So because of that, S tier. That game was super fun. All right. On to the next game, Wildfire. So this game was a side-scrolling pixel-based platformer. It had a stealth mechanic. It had a really cool fire mechanic where like fire would spread, and your whole thing was that you were trying to save your village and you know, sneak through areas. It had a very cool like ninja style mechanics. And you could control different elements like fire and you know, ice and stuff like that. But here's the thing. Okay, I played that game on episode 29. Okay, I played it alongside Crying Sons and Wotan. The episode before that, episode 28, is where I played Into the Pit. I never stopped playing Into the Pit long enough to give Wildfire more of a chance. I did not play that game once after the first 15. You know, maybe I did. Maybe I played it for like 20 minutes or something, but I played so much Into the Pit that I didn't touch that game for a while. So I don't want to give that game a D rating. I don't, because what I did play of it was phenomenal. I'm just going to give that a C, because all that is saying to me is that there was not enough of that game to interest me, to bring me back to it and take me away from another game. It's not a bad game. Still in the top echelon. Unfortunately, just not at the highest tier of that echelon. All right. Up next, we have Fistful of Nothing. This was the game, and I don't even know if there would be, yeah, that looks like there is not even, there might not even be, oh, there we go, yeah. So, this was a game that we played, where the developer of the game actually jumped into the chat, and we had a nice long talk with him about, you know, his experience with the game and making it. I'm super into games like this where, you know, it's kind of like a speed runny kind of game that has stealth mechanics and where you have to like move through enemies' lines of sight. I had a lot of fun with that. And I would play more of that if there was more of that game. But unfortunately, the developer only made it so long that we actually finished playing that game on that episode. That was episode 30. So, you know, unfortunately, I just couldn't really get back into that one because there was no more to get into. But I would play more of that. So you know what? I'm going to give that one an A. If there was more to that game, I would have played more of it. All right. You know, I'm going to move this over here just so we can see more of the list. All right. So up next, we have my friend Pedro. So my friend Pedro was the side-scrolling shooter where you were talking to an imaginary banana named Pedro. Truth be told, I did not play much of that game after the stream. It was a lot of fun to play, but that one, I think at that time I was still playing a lot of Into the Pit, but that game suffered from the same thing that Ollie Ollie did. There were challenges, and the speedrunning aspect to it made me feel like if I wasn't doing it perfectly, I wasn't doing it right. So I lost interest with it very quickly, especially if I left people alive. Like, it felt like that was just wrong and I was doing something wrong. So it was a fun game, but I know I just didn't play a lot more of it, so unfortunately that's going to get a D for me. Now, I want to point out before we move on to Dorf Romantic, because I know I played a lot of that. We moved past a game at this point that was in episode 31. So episode 31 was Rainbow Billy, The Curse of the Leviathan, Bug Snacks, which was that like 3D run around, you know, bug catching game. And the game Trailmakers. Okay. Now, Trailmakers became a game that I gave in that episode something like 15 more minutes. That's right. Bug Snacks was you ate bugs and then your body changed. So I gave Trailmakers in episode 31, like, I think I gave it the rating of 15 more minutes. Let me double check. Episode 31, Trailmakers, 15 more minutes. Yeah. I played that game for 2 hours for 2 days and 12 hours. Okay. I played that game for 60 hours. I have played through the 3 campaigns in it. I played through the main campaign for it. I played through the ocean campaign for it and the air one. The only one I haven't done is the more recent one, which was the space update. But that game opened me up to other YouTube channels that I now watch daily, like Cosmonaut, Scrapman. I watch Scrapman's videos every single day. Like all these different channels that I now watch because of Trailmakers. So I want to put out here, I can't add it to this list like retroactively, but if I could go back and adjust my rankings and, like, you know, move Turnip Boy off of the first 15, I would replace that with Trailmakers, and Trailmakers would get an S tier easy. It was a phenomenal game. I absolutely loved it. Shout out to the makers of Trailmakers, which is, for what it's worth, I can't remember who it is. Like, I'm thinking of it. Flashbulbs. Shout out to Flashbulb Games. Shout out to Scrapman. I love you. Love watching your channel. But here's the thing. Here's to the point that I want to say. That was episode 31. Okay. That was almost 40 episodes ago. I still have that game downloaded on my computer. That game has not left my computer since that day. So that I just wanted to point out. That's how much I really enjoyed Trailmakers. But now we got to talk about another game that I put many an hour into, and that is Dwarf Romantic. So if you don't know, or if you don't remember, Dwarf Romantic is a game where you get different tiles that have different biomes and environments on them. So, for example, in this video, you can see there are forests, there are rivers, there are fields, and there are towns. And you get points for putting the same kind of tiles next to the same kind of tiles. Like, you get a point for putting a tree tile next to a tree tile on that same side, and they're all hexagons. And you can't end certain tiles on certain things. So, like, you can see in this video right here, they have a tile that is half grasslands, half trees. This has a challenge where it wants you to put it with a bunch of trees. So you could not put it here and end this river. You actually have to have a thing that ends that river. In my opinion, I would put that tree over here in this corner and then maybe connect it around. But I put upwards of 30 hours into Dwarf Romantic because that game was so relaxing. It was so fun. And it was just really, really fun to just build a world and kind of build lore up around it. And as you can see, like, these maps can get so big. And I remember the map that I made, like, I can envision it in my mind. I still remember all the details. I had a massive forest in the middle. I had all these waterways that, like, swooped around in certain areas. I had this big train that went through big chunks of the game. And it was so fun just to sit there and play through it and just relax. And I remember playing it on stream so many times. I remember playing it on stream when I was doing a D&D and chill, and it just turned into me playing it. And that was it. So it is no question to me, Dwarf Romantic gets an S tier. That game was so good. And here's the thing. So from my friend Pedro, which got a 15 hours please, we went 11 games between my friend Pedro getting a 15 hours please and Dwarf Romantic showing up. That was like one of the biggest gaps between 15-hour please games. So Dwarf Romantic, you have a special place in my heart. There's even a board game of it, and I cannot tell you which one came first. I want to say it was the video game, but there's a board game of it out there. You can go and buy it and play it. It's such a fun game. Also, my buddy Clay plays this because he and I both love map making games, and it was something that he and I like would chat about and bond over. So yeah, super fun. Love you, Dwarf Romantic. All right, on to Remnants of Nizith. So Remnants of Nizith was a great game. It was a side-scrolling precision platformer that used grappling hooks. So it's basically the side-scrolling version of whatchamacallit, of Cyberhook. Okay, I played this game a fair amount. Let's take a look. Yeah, I put 100 minutes into this game. Okay, but here's the thing. It gets so hard at a point, and the swinging mechanics, if you don't know how to do them perfectly, it makes playing that game miserable. And I mean miserable, because you can lose momentum by pressing the wrong button at the wrong time, and you could lose like a solid minute run. The levels were so long that it made it like not worth it after a point. Remnants of Nizith was a fun game. I really enjoyed it, and I put my fair share of time into it, but I had to stop playing it after a point because I could not progress. And I felt like I just wasn't playing it right because of that. So I'm going to give that game a C. Again, not a game that I would play, I'd pick up and play again, but I'd recommend it to anybody who is into super hardcore precision platformer. I mean, it's a swinger game more than anything else. All right. Next up, we have Agent in Depth. So Agent in Depth, kind of in the similar vein of, Remnants of Nizith and, Will It Snail. This was a one-hit, you're dead, like, I don't want to say it is a platformer, but it had more to it. There was more mechanics that played into it. And as you can see in the trailer footage, you had to like kill the things that were in the room in order for you to advance. So you had to figure out how to do that. That was like the whole thing of the game, was figuring out how the different machines worked, trying to do it quickly enough that you could get through it. And once you would actually learn how to do it, it was actually pretty easy. But the problem came into like the later levels, because the moment you would die, you would lose, you'd have to go back to the start of that stage. But if you quit the game, you started over from the beginning. There was not like a way to save your progress. So I played that game for about an hour in total. And I had so much anxiety from playing it just because I was like constantly having to go back to the beginning. So yeah, fun game. Absolutely loved it. I would play it again, but it's so much anxiety. I'm going to give it a B. I'm going to give it a B rating. All right. On to our next game, Mirror Moon EP. So Here's the thing about Mirror Moon EP. If you don't remember, this was a game that was, it was very weird. It was basically like it was like an exploration kind of game where you could see a planet up in the sky, and in space that you were interacting with in some way. I remember the music being heavy and important with it, but here's the facts. I never touched that game after I played it. And it's very likely that the reason I didn't play more of that was because I was playing other games. But I really liked that game, and I liked how like interesting it was, but it just did not have enough gameplay to like keep me going. And I thought it would. I wanted to play more of it. I just did not bring myself to do it. I played that game for maybe 25 minutes. So I really only gave it another 10 minutes after the stream. So my apologies to Mirror Moon EP. You're a great game, but I'm going to give you a D. All right. On to the next game. 10-Second Ninja X. This was another one of those precision platformers. Okay, what the fuck is this trailer? This was another one of those precision platformers where you were having to kill the enemies in order to get through. This is one of those games where there is a perfect route. There is a way to do it that you need to learn and get good at in order to beat it. This was a fun game. This definitely filled that niche of mine where I wanted a game that was super fast paced and like, you know, it was, you had to learn how to get good at it. Truth be told though, I didn't play it for much more than 10 minutes after. Okay. Again, this game was coming into my, you know, my play while I was still putting a lot of time into trials, not trials, Trailmakers, but I just never really got much more out of it. It just didn't really keep my attention. So as for it being fun, but me just not playing it again, yeah, I'm going to say a C ranking. I'm going to give that a C. So not a bad game. I mean, it was really fun when I played it. I just didn't care to play it anymore, for what it was worth. So, all right. On to Iron Fisticle. Iron Fisticle was a game where it was like a top-down, it was like a top-down beat-em-up kind of game where you were fighting monsters, moving through a procedurally generated dungeon. So it was roguelike mechanics, just trying to survive and trying to get better at it. I didn't play much more of this game either. Again, it's just, I was playing other games at the time, and I never really got back into it. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the game, and I would play it more if I had, nothing else to play, unfortunately. But that was it. It was like, it was quite difficult after a point, because I played it maybe for like 20 minutes more after the game. So, but it wasn't terrible. I did like it. Just like I said, kind of got bored of it rather quickly, unfortunately. So that one I think is also going to get a C. All right, moving on to Serial Cleaner. So Serial Cleaner. Oh, didn't pull up the video. Serial Cleaners was a stealth-based kind of goofy game where you were playing as somebody who was cleaning up crime scenes that happened. Yeah, this was the game where you were vacuuming up. That is not the same. Wait, is that the same game? No, this is the one that I played. I don't know what the fuck that other one was. Yeah, so this was a game that has that same kind of like fistful of nothing, sneaking around. You have to move to avoid, capture and stuff like that, move at certain times. And you had to vacuum up blood. That was one of the funniest things ever. It got DLC. Oh, is that what that was? Okay. Yeah, I really like this. I like these stealth games, and this added a different kind of take on those stealth games. But I didn't play a lot more of it. I maybe only played another half hour of that game. So, it was one of those things where I was playing other games at the time. And so, just didn't really get too much back into it. But I remember I did give away a copy of it. And now knowing that it has DLC, I might be interested to see what the DLC has. So this one, likewise, I think it's going to get a C. So it was good gameplay. It was enjoyable, but definitely wasn't something that like had me, jumping and jonesing. All right. Moving on to Stick Bold. So, Stick Bold was a dodgeball adventure game. Now, this was one of those many games that we played that was published by Curve Games. I had a lot of fun with this one. I played this one for about an hour. The whole thing of playing dodgeball in different environments and having different objectives to do while you were playing it. It was just kind of chaotic fun, and I really enjoyed it. It was also fun unlocking the different kind of characters. Was that the start of the Curve Games? That might be. That might be where it was, because there we go. Yeah, we had like Bomber Crew, Stick Bold, Hotshot Racing, When Ski Lifts Go Wrong. Yeah, I think that was about the time. Well, that may be wrong. Hold on. It's Patch Quest. Yeah, I think that might have been about the time. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun with Stick Bold. It was a lot of fun to just play some good old fashioned dodgeball. So I'm gonna give that one a B. Okay, so here's the thing. This is not Rubber Bandits. Okay. I accidentally clicked the wrong image in my folder when I was selecting these games. The game that we are actually talking about, for this was the game Research and Destroy. This was that turn-based shooter kind of game. Where you could play it multiplayer. This is actually Rubber Bandits, Research and Destroy, and Proteus were the three games that was the co-op episode 52, the 1 year anniversary, that I played with Aaron. And Research and Destroy was a lot of fun. And I wish I would have played more of that. Unfortunately, I just never really got back into playing it. But yeah, it was still a fun game. So Rubber Bandits is going to be the stand-in for that, because I accidentally picked the wrong one. But that's going to be down here. That's going to be a D, because honestly, that game deserved 15 more minutes, because it wasn't really fun by myself. So, all right. Up next is Proteus. Proteus was, though, a game that I did play more of by myself. This was that Doom game that was very pixelated, but it was like classic Doom, and it was super gory. Okay, and it got real gory as it went along. So I had a ton of fun playing that one. I think I put maybe like an hour into it or so. But yeah, Proteus was a great game. Aaron and I had a ton of fun with that. Lots of high action, super fun just to go through and like to try out the different weapons. But unfortunately, with games like Doom, I just got bored with it after a point. I just had other games that I was playing and moved on and just never went back to it. So I am going to give Proteus a B. All right. We are moving on to Just Die Already. Now, Just Die Already was the game where you played as an old person going through a town, and the whole thing was to get through your bucket list. Okay, I played a good bit of this. All right, I want to say I maybe put like 2 or 3 hours into this game, running around the town, seeing the things that were around there, and just having fun. Okay, it's super fun to see the characters ragdoll around. It's a lot of fun just to try and like basically essentially off yourself, but also, you know, seeing how much chaos and mayhem you can you can leave into the world. It's also really funny whenever you like lose a body part, because you can kind of like stumble around with them. But yeah, no, that was a really fun game, and I probably would play more of that one. That was just some fun, goofy, you know, dumb game. So I'm going to give that a B. All right. Up next, we have Patch Quest. So Patch Quest was a roguelike survival game where you had different animals that you would collect, and each one had different abilities. Each one had different features that it could do, and different attacks that you could get powered up. I did play that a little bit more than I thought I would. So I played that one for maybe about an hour or so. I wanted to try out and see what different creatures it had, but that game had a lot of variety with it. And it was really fun to, just try different things. So, yeah. Oh, it also got very, very hard as it went along. Also, I felt like at some points, like I would leave behind certain creatures and then like regret not taking them, and games like that kind of make me like regret my choices, or that don't give like super clear indications of which one would be better. I don't know. I just kind of lost interest with that because I felt like I was not getting enough information to make educated choices. But overall, I still would play that more. So I'm going to give that a B. List is going to expand here soon. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that's gonna go down in just a minute, so we'll fix that when that time comes. All right, so up next we have From Space. So if you don't remember, From Space was the isometric shooter game. This was also published by Curve, where you were exploring around the town that you lived in, going to different locations, doing quests, killing monsters. And you know, it was really heavily focused on co-op gameplay. That was the problem. I played that game for a little bit longer after the stream. I couldn't really get anybody else to play it with me. Nobody else was playing it, and it's so reliant on co-op, I feel, because there's like literally checkpoints in the game that make you like, you can just go up and like invite somebody to your game. So that was kind of rough. But I had a lot of fun with it still, and I did enjoy playing it a little bit more by myself. So I'm going to give that a C rating. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that is gonna mess something up there. Hold on one second. This one. All right, so up next, we have Forgive Me, Father. So, Forgive Me, Father was that really cool Doom style Lovecraftian game. This was a really sick game because, I mean, Doom clones are always fun to play in, but this one had a really cool mechanic, and that was, yes, definitely its art style. It had a very, like, comic booky, cel-shaded kind of look, but also the fact that the guns were upgradable, and you could get different styles of guns, and, like, go down different pathways with them. Also, the lantern mechanic made me think of Alan Wake, and, you know, that's anything that makes me think of Alan Wake is good. So yeah, I really enjoyed Forgive Me, Father. Unfortunately, I didn't play a ton of it. Doom games, while fun and while very enjoyable, do kind of bore me quicker than most other games. So I'm going to give that a B. And that's going to move that window down again. So I got to readjust. I should not have to readjust after this, though. All right, as you can see, up next, we are going to talk about Kill the Crows. So Kill the Crows was a really fun game where it was a fast-paced shooter game where the whole thing was that you would have to kill just, you know, random enemies that were on the screen, and you would get different kinds of guns. You had these like slow motion abilities. Yeah, just like that. But the fun thing about it was that it was very fast paced. If you died, you would get right back into it and you would get right where you were. And it was really fun to just see how long you could last. So I actually played that one. Let me take a look. Yeah, I played that one for about an hour and a half. And I remember beating the first level once. And after that, I was like, okay, like, I've beaten this at least once. I think I'm going to move on from here. And I haven't really touched it since then. but I had a lot of fun with it. It is one of those games where it's like I can just kind of lose myself in it, because it's one of those get good kind of games. So with that in mind, with that in mind, what do I want to give it? I think with that, oh man, these are just gonna be way off now. No, it's definitely not gonna get a D for me. I put more time into that than it would deserve a D. I'm gonna give that a B. That's the kind of game that I would go back and play more. You know what? Actually, no. I'm gonna give that an A. Because that is a game that I would go back and play more of. Like, if somebody reminded, like right now I'm thinking about it, I would sit back down and play that. I would go back and play it. Yeah. I had a lot of fun with it. Like I said, it just got trying to beat this guy. Like, the first boss was just tiresome, and it took so long to get back to him. So yeah, that's where that leads with me. All right, on to Pathfinder Gallows Spire Survivors. So this is one of those games like Vampire Survivors, literally in the name. I actually played this a fair amount. I put about an hour or so into this, going through different runs, trying the 3 different characters. The thing is that it got boring. Okay. I did play. So I actually got this game because Mizroy from over in the Discord server was playing it on his stream. And I wanted to try it out, so I gave it a shot, and it was fun. But it slowed down for me the same that Vampire Survivors did. Okay. It just got boring very fast. And it wasn't even like, there wasn't even like anything that was really more to do with it. So yeah, just kind of lost my, I lost the appeal for it. All right, but it was still fun, but I am going to give that one a C. All right. On to a great game. So, Sir Whoop-Ass Immortal Death. That is a game, though, that I put many an hour into. I played that game for like 5 or 6 hours. And not only that, but this was also one of the first games, if not the first game that was offered to me from a developer. But the gameplay of it is just so much fun. Even this fucking trailer is absolutely hilarious. Fuck. Dope camera moves. Water texture no one cares about. But here's the thing. It had so much in it. There were so many things you could go and do and just stumble upon. The whole open world aspect of it. Yeah, being able to get vehicles. When I got my first cart, like, I was dumbfounded. And it's just goofy fun, and the narration is just hilarious. And it is absolutely a game, that if you get a chance, the Red Riding Hood mission is hilarious. Yes, I agree with that 100%. It is no question to me, Sir Whoop-Ass is getting an S tier. It was such a fun game to play, and it's even to this point, like I haven't beaten the game. Like I got to a point and there was some other games that I was playing, but man, oh man, was it so much fun. So yeah, check out Zerwupas if you haven't seen that one before. Such a fun game. All right, we are getting down to the wire. We are getting into our last 11 games at this point. The next one that we're going to talk about is Below the Stone. So this is a game that we played on an episode where we actually played Arcade Sundown for the first time. This was with Below the Stone, Bread and Fred, and Turbo Overkill. These were games that were all put out by Apogee, and they were all demos. It was like a whole demo jamboree, that one. So Below the Stone was a roguelike, it's a roguelike digger game where you are going through, like digging through the world, collecting different loot and equipment. And I played the shit out of that demo. But once it actually came out, I played a lot more of it. I probably put like 4 or 5 hours into just playing the demo alone. And I have put 4 hours into playing the game now that it has been released. So yeah, Below the Stone is a great game. It has a lot of resources that you can play into. And there's some really fun exploration. Now, I will say, I haven't played much of it recently. And the reason for that is because there comes a point where it gets boring quickly. Okay? There's only a handful of levels. You can only do so much in any of the given levels before you just either die or you have to, you complete your missions and you have to get out. Okay. Fun game. Absolutely loved it, but I probably won't play it a little while until they have an update. So I'm going to give that an A. So good for you, Below the Stone. I still just enjoy playing that. Shotgun King, our next game in the list. So this is a game that really caught me by surprise. This is a really fun kind of roguelike, procedurally generated shooter in a way that's based on strategy and chess moves. So you play as a king that has a shotgun. You have so many bullets you can shoot before you have to reload. And the whole thing that you are trying to do is just continue beating through level and level and getting upgrades and having challenges put against you. It's a lot of fun. It gets hard very quickly though. But I will say I enjoyed talking to the developers about this. They had a lot of cool insight for me, and I just overall enjoyed it. So, but I haven't really played too much of it. Let me see here. Yeah, I played it for maybe about an hour. So it was fun. It just kind of got boring after a point. So, I think for this one, I'm probably going to give it, a B. Probably going to give it a B. All right. Up next, She Wants Me Dead. This was the really cool kind of noir style, precision platformer, that had a very like sarcastic cat character. This was a fun game. This was a fun game that that I put a good amount of time in. I probably played this for about an hour. It has a lot of different traps that you have to really learn how to play. Oh, that's right. The other main thing about it is it's a rhythm-based game. So there's music playing in the background and you have to kind of get into the rhythm of the game to get through it. That was like the big thing that took me a while to really get into my stride with it. Overall, it was a fun game, but I haven't really played it more than that hour. So, but this was also one of the games that was offered to me from a developer. So thank you so much, Hello There Games. It was a fun game. I'm probably going to give it a B because it kind of falls into that same ranking of like games that I would play again. You know, not that I had anything against it. It just got very hard. It got very hard. All right. Up next is Kung Fury Street Rage. This was a game that came out of nowhere. This was also a game by Hello There Games. Did not know this game existed. Absolutely fell in love with it. This is 100% S tier. Yes. The game is basically One Finger Death Punch meets Kung Fury. It was absolutely amazing. The movie Kung Fury was great. We watched it as a community. And the game was just phenomenal. Super fun to just go around and play as the different characters. You could even play as the Hoff. So yeah, Kung Fury Street Rage, super easy S tier. I still have it downloaded. I still play that one. So that's not even a question to me, whether or not that's an S tier. So yeah, Kung Fury Street Rage, go and play that. All right. Up next, we have The Legend of Tian Ding. So this was a more recent one that we played. This one is a I forget what the country is. I don't want to say it and get it wrong. Let me see if it says it in here. No, it doesn't. Let me look. Taiwanese. Okay. Yeah. So The Legend of Tian Ding is a Taiwanese puzzle or like platformer beat 'em up that has a really cool combo system. That's the whole thing about this game. It has a ton of weapons, really cool combos that you can do. I've put a few hours into this game, which is rare for me with this style of game, because it does have like the story aspect, but just playing through it and seeing different ways to defeat the enemies was so much fun. It is a lot of, it's really interesting to like learn the different techniques and fighting styles. One of the things about this game that like I don't normally get into too much is the Metroidvania aspect, because there are places and things you can't get to or can't do until you get certain abilities. But it's been fun. Like I said, I've put probably like 4 or 5 hours into the game. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one an easy A ranking. So yeah, Legend of Tian Ding, good for you. All right. Up next, we have God of Weapons. I'm gonna put this up in S tier already because I don't want to have to move my mouse again. Okay. This game came out of nowhere and has blown me away. Okay? Has blown me away. So, God of Weapons is a Vampire Survivor style auto shooter survival game. What makes it different, though, is as you can see in this trailer footage or in this gameplay footage, you know, characters moving around, his axe is just swinging, and he's just trying to avoid enemies and collect money. What makes this game interesting is that in between stages, you have your loot pack, and every level of experience you gain, you get 2 inventory slots that you can add to your backpack. Okay. And as you level up, you get more and more spaces that you can add and buy more and more loot. And you can buy more weapons, and you can buy things that give you like speed upgrades, things that increase your range, things that increase your critical hit damage, things that increase your movement speed, your knockback, your vitality, recovery, lifesteal. There are, I want to say like 12 different characters that you can play as. I don't know if this guy had all the characters available to be unlocked in his playthrough, but there's so many different characters, and each character has 3 subclasses that can be played into, and each one plays differently because they offer you different abilities and like base improvements. The one class that I have come to love in that game, and that I've played this game for 30 hours, okay? I have well doubled the 15 hours please requirement. But the thing, the one class combo that got me, there's a barbarian class. Now, the barbarian class does a lot of damage, and there's a subclass for it called the singularist, where you get extra damage and extra attack speed so long as you only have one weapon. And that's the big thing about it, is that you are only playing with one weapon at a time. And I have found out that if you play as a singularist and you get the automatic crossbow, which has a huge fire rate bonus, and you focus on increasing your attack speed and just beefing up your lifesteal, it makes you untouchable. Like, the moment you kill somebody, you regain all your health back, and you are killing people so fast. I love it. It is such a fun game, and the whole inventory management system is a game in itself. And this is the thing that I really didn't get playing in the first 15, is just how intricate the backpack system is. And to the point that there is a game on my wish list called, gotta find it, Backpack Battles, which you can actually play a demo for, which is basically just the backpack version of this, where you fight people, you like build up your backpack to defend yourself, and then you go out and fight other people with the stuff in the backpack. It's basically this game, just multiplayer, okay? And it's cool getting like new weapons and new upgrades for stuff, and I absolutely love it. And it is top of the line. It is up there with like Into the Pit and Dwarf Romantic and God of Weapons, from the games that I never would have played otherwise, but have found a special place in my heart thanks to the first 15. So, all right. Up next, we have Gunhead. Gunhead was a third person, or no, it wasn't a third person at all. It was a first person battler, where you would go into space stations, collect guns, and basically have to disable security systems to shut down these enemy ships. And you were doing it all while in a mech. Now, I haven't played a lot of that game. I've probably played only about like 45 minutes or so of it. But that game is a lot of fun. It's really fun to like leave the ship and go in different other ways. But what kind of makes me not play it too much is the fact that it kind of disincentivizes you from spending time in the ship and exploring, because it kind of it puts a time limit on you at some point where it's like you have to, you know, do this thing in this amount of time. You have to get back off the ship, which like de-incentivizes the exploration aspect. It's a fun game. I have been enjoying it. I just haven't put a ton of time into it. So I am going to give that a B ranking. All right. Moving on, we have our next 15-hour Please game, which actually just came from a recent episode. I don't know why Hoa got moved first. Paint the Town Red. So, Paint the Town Red was definitely one that caught me off guard. Now, when I first experienced this game, it was something that I didn't really expect, because it's basically you just beating the shit out of people, okay? But if you watched that video, if you watched episode 68 just 2 weeks ago, it has a mode where you go into this underground cave system, and you're basically trying to get through it, collect items, and escape. And I have been having a lot of fun with that game mode in particular. Okay, it's called Beneath. I've put like 5 hours into this game just playing that game mode. Like, I don't do this. I don't play, this part of the game. But Paint the Town Red, Beneath. Yeah. But this game mode where you're going through this underground area and you're basically having to fight cultists and monsters and stuff, and it's like spooky, because you will walk down a hallway and just monsters will come out at you. Also, he's playing as the Warlock, and I really like the Warlock, because Warlocks can just cast spells in the game, and you always have like some basic ranged attack. So yeah, honestly, Paint the Town Red, I can't say it's gonna get an S tier from me, but it is 100% getting an A tier. No doubt about that. So that's going to bring us to Hoa from last week's episode. I haven't played any more of that, to be honest. I've been playing some other games. So I really enjoyed the music for that game. I enjoyed the puzzle platforming for it as well. So I think very simply, I am just going to put this at the B ranking for now. Because I don't feel it would go anywhere else at this moment. So yeah, that is going to be Hoa. And finally, and you're going to see there's another game on here, and I don't know why it put this game on there. You're going to see Lonely Mountains Downhill, and I don't know why that was put on there. But Will You Snail is getting an S tier already. The fact that game made me like Jones to play more of it, and also, oh hey, look at that, Jonas. I think this is the guy who made it. Oh yeah, my indie game. I am all oh holy shit. It uses AI to project where you're gonna go. All right, that game just got so much more better for me. But yeah, no. Will You Snail is 100% getting getting that S tier, because I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing that. So that is an easy win for me. But that is bringing us to the end of this list. As I said, the Rubber Bandits down here is definitely a stand-in for Research and Destroy. I'm going to actually add that one and put that in here, and I'm going to release this over on the Discord. So if you want to see this list, that will be over there after tonight's stream is over. Over in the first 15 where I post everything else. But to all the game developers out there who I have featured their games on this stream at one point or another. Oh, look at that. The others. There's the lonely downhill mountain game or whatever it's called. But to all the developers out there who have had games featured on this stream, and to those who will have games featured on here in the future, because I have no intention of stopping this anytime soon, so we're just going to keep going. In fact, I still have up to episode 87 planned. So, but I want to say thank you to all you developers, to those who have, talked to me, reached out to me, who have joined the chat, who have sent me games to put onto the list, to my friends who have sent me games to play on here as well. I just want to say thanks from the bottom of my heart. I didn't, when I started the first 15, and I've said this a few times, when I started the first 15, I didn't think it would become anything more than just like, a handful of episodes where I was playing some, random games that were just sitting there collecting dust on my, on my list. But it has become so much more than that. It's become something I look forward to every week, sitting down, playing new games, getting to experience it with you guys, getting to talk about them and just seeing what's out there. And honestly, it has opened me, like I said, if I could put Trailmakers on here, I would. Games like Trailmakers and Dwarf Romantics or Whoop Ass and God of Weapons have connected me with other people and different communities that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So these games are definitely top tier for a reason. The 15 hours please means something around here. So to all of you developers and all the games that have made it onto this list, this tier list of the top of the first 15, congratulations to you all. You have earned it. And to those who have reached that wonderful S tier ranking, you hold a special place in my heart. And you have taken many hours from me in my life, and I'm happy for that. So thank you. You have all won this wonderful award. What's up, Sarad? All of you games who have achieved this here on this list today, you are all recipients of the wonderful Golden Clock Award. The Golden 15 minutes. The best 15 minutes that has been spent in video games. So, for what that's worth. But that's going to be it for me tonight. We've been going now for about 3.5 hours. This is by far the longest first 15 we've ever done. Not one game of the year. If I had to put one game of the year, it would be Trailmakers. If one of the games that was on the first 15 out of all the games that I have played, it would be Trailmakers. Hands down. Dwarf Romantic was a lot of fun. It was so relaxing, so fun to just lose myself in. And Sir Whoop Ass is just so goofy and so entertaining to play. But Trailmakers scratched an itch that I did not know I had, of a game that made me experiment and play and try different stuff. And it did not get a 15 hours rating, but there's a huge reason why. For one, it didn't run well in the stream. And two, it took a while to get really into it and to see what that game had to offer. And that's why the first 15 minutes of a game is so important. if a game doesn't catch somebody within the first 15 minutes or the first 30 minutes, you know, are they really going to stick around for hours, for days? You know? But yeah, if I had to say game of the year for me, it's Trailmakers, like hands down. Now, if I had to pick a game from the games that made it into into 15 hours, please, my game of the year for that, it would be between Into the Pit, Dorfromantic, and God of Weapons. And honestly, between those two, it would be between Dorfromantic and God of Weapons. Like, I would be between Dorfromantic and God of Weapons. And honestly, God of Weapons right now has had such a huge impact on me because I'm still playing it. I haven't played Dorfromantic in a while. I just put a lot of time into it very quickly. But I probably wouldn't find myself playing it too much anymore. But I could get back into the Pit. I could get back into Sir Whoop-Ass or Streets of Rogue or Kung Fury or Will You Snail or God of Weapons. Or, you know, I could get back into any of those games. But Dorfromantic is one of those games that, like, lives in a special place in my mind. So, but that's going to be it for me. Okay. That's it for me tonight. And actually, well, no, this actually won't be my last stream of the year. That's right. We still have two more for 2023. So yeah, congratulations to all these games. Like I said, I'm going to be updating them. So I'm going to put this tier list over in the Discord after this, maybe tomorrow because it's late. But join me Saturday. That's crazy, right? You're like, what the fuck, Saturday? Yes, join me Saturday if you feel so. I know, two more if you feel so inclined. So for those of you that are watching right now that do not know, Saturday, December 30th is the 1 year birthday, anniversary, whatever you want to call it, of the Kel's Corner Discord. That's right. It has been 1 year from the day that I opened it to the public. Technically speaking, that Discord was started on December 8th. But I did not open it to the public until December 30th, when folks started to join. And I have, so I'm going to be doing a stream on Saturday, kind of celebrating that a little bit. But Saturday is going to be a D&D and chill episode, because I have a big project that I'm going to be talking about, and that we will be discussing for hopefully some time. So you'll be finding out more details about that on Saturday, when we meet up for the D&D and chill. And then the last stream of the year is going to be on Sunday for the next episode of Rime of the Frost Maiden. So long as that happens, you know, sometimes we got business. So, but yeah. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. I had a lot of fun putting this together and just going back and talking about these games that, you know, really were the top tier for the first 15. So once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys Saturday if you want to join me. Keep an eye out on the Discord. I'm going to be posting a big message on Saturday as well. So I'll see you guys later. Enjoy your night. Peace out.